According to the United Nations, Africa is facing its greatest humanitarian crisis in decades, with more than 20 million people facing starvation in South Sudan, Somalia, Yemen, and even parts of Kenya. And this is a real tragedy because actually it's a self-inflicted crisis caused by war and endemic conflict. I found the pictures on the news of emaciated children queuing for food and water harrowing. And for me, it brought back memories of my visit to the Diocese of Thika in Kenya, and particularly when we went to Thungurururu, one of the poorest parts of Kenya, and which is also one of the driest parts of Kenya, and seeing what they're doing there in terms of water conservation and creating great water pans. Thankfully, that part of Kenya is at peace. Through a church initiative, the local farmers have been taught how to mulch the land to minimize the effect of evaporation and to harvest the little rain they get through water pans. During our visit, the farmers brought produce for the bishop to bless, things that I'd only seen on the television, like sugarcane and gourds and cassava. I remember particularly one farmer presented the bishop with 3 eggs. It was all that he had. It represented the first fruits of his labour. The little that people had, they shared, and they did so gladly and with thanksgiving to God. I felt humbled, but also judged by their extraordinary generosity. The farmer's offering reminded me of the eggs that we give as presents to children at Easter. The image of a chick emerging from an egg is symbolic of the risen Christ breaking out of the tomb of death. These days, Easter eggs are made of chocolate, at least in this country. But originally, and still in many countries today, they're hard-boiled eggs. Christians decorate the shells and on Easter Day smash their eggs against a neighbour's and cry out, "Christ is risen." Our God is the one who is the great life giver. Our God is the one who defeats death and suffering. And this Eastertide he wants us to do the same. And that includes bringing water and food to those who have none, that they may emerge from the shadow of the tomb and live.